battleground area. Could be in for a nasty surprise if Gaming Gladiators hang around.
Drawing on the map by Boxy. Feeling that something might be up.
Well, they're playing it very safe here, making sure not to step into this area that they know there's a chance that Gaming Gladiators have wandered into. So Gaming Gladiators won't be able to catch Liquid by surprise for the first blood. They should be able to set up, though, for favourable bounty room pickups here. So Gaming Gladiators should be able to get their hands on the three of them.
I was thinking if Tofu was planning to start bottom versus the Darkseer. It's been an approach by a lot of teams to kind of approach a lane as a tri-lane for some of the waves. Makes it very hard to get in for those initial creep waves that set up your ring of health or sets up your vanguard. But no, 2-1-2.
Looking at this mid lane, both these players, Quinn and Nisha, they have had some phenomenal performances this tournament. I mean, for you, who's sort of shone the brightest out of these two? And you know, what do you feel we can come to expect when we see them go, you know, yet again up against each other in the mid lane in this matchup that we've had time and time again between Gaming Gladiators and Liquid?
I mean, these are definitely the two stars, like two of the star players from each team. They usually get a lot done. The drafts are built around bottom lane. Okay, on this. Well, I think this is a Queen favorite matchup. If I have to speak my mind, I think this Queen also has looked really, really good.
Bottom lane, these blood grenades. It's going to be enough, surely. Dyrachyo. Oh no, it's actually Boxy that gets the first blood. As Zai does go down, but Boxy able to take out Celery first. He'll get that first blood bonus, and in fact, with the hook over towards Dyrachyo, get a few punches in onto the Terrorblade as well. Damage coming out from the Iron Shell. Dyrachyo puts some metamorphosis. Ooh, incredibly risky there. If he popped that and died, that would have been disastrous for the lane. But as it was, Dyrachyo stands strong. Celery's back in the lane. They'll look to chase Boxy back out. He's got the stick charges. Dyrachyo trying to get a couple more hits in. Boxy, he's teasing with the hook. Dyrachyo, he's got to be careful that he doesn't get caught. A nice attempt from Boxy, but not good enough. Doesn't get the connection onto Dyrachyo. Dyrachyo will live, and Celery takes Boxy down in return.
Wow, action on the lanes already. It was just the first creep wave, and teams really don't want each other to get anything for free this patch. Like, timings are happening so fast, and they're so impactful. But that was meta use, meta expended, and I think Darkseer is going to get a level 3 timing, and Pudge also getting that kill with Darkseer being dead is... Oh!
He's got
another one.
And he's in with sort of the blocks onto Celery. Celery's also getting dragged back by the vacuum. Zai, ready to kill here. Level 2, you don't need to run around. Iron Shell into vacuum, helps set up another kill.
Yeah, and Quinn taking advantage versus the Queen in CS, which really matters. You see the bottle. Oh, rune destroyed. Does this mean Nisha will be able to deny the other one too?
Well, 8 seconds on the blink.
I mean, Boxy's camping it, so...
Yeah, so Liquid's going to have control of this water rune situation 2 minutes in. Bottle's on its way out. They're trying to do their best to keep it held there so Nisha can pop the few charges and then look for the pickup.
So even though Quinn got the bottle like way before Nisha, Nisha is going to be able to refill his bottle and still deny Quinn's rune. Interesting. Interesting.
We'll see how much of an effect this has on the lane. Because so far, Quinn with a slight lead in CS, 13 for 1 against the 8 and 2. So the spam definitely going to come out heavily with how much mana Nisha's going to be effectively able to play with. Having that water rune ready for pickup as he wishes.
Yeah, I think a big thing for Gaming Gladiators this game is they really have to top lane.
They're going to try and go for ace. Okay. Concoction. Ace, pretty tanky. He's got good stats for the lane.
The Wraith Band,
yes,
Universal Hero, yeah.
He's got a lot. It's a lot of HP and a fair bit of armor to try and bite through, even with the armor reduction of the acid spray. He's feeling pretty safe up here, Ace.
Yeah. Ooh, another hook bottom.
Celery.
Vacuum.
And he's going to try and run, but indeed, these two turning into quite the killing combo. Zai and Boxy in this lane, Darkseer and Pudge.
They mentioned it on the panel, but playing CM against this Pudge hero, sometimes it's just like this. Top lane.
Let's see if they can get the kill this time. Looks like they should be able to. Tofu, he won't stand a chance of surviving the damage between these two. Again, Insane here, getting another kill in this laning stage. Liquid, both of their side lanes proving to be successful with the aggression here early on.
Yeah. So I was saying that if there is a way for Gaming Gladiators to get these important picks on the Alch, I don't know if it's going to be Pangolier rolling or just the two supports coming in at clutch moments together with the mag. It's a bit of a long stretch, but to be able to kill this Alch for his Radiance, I think will do them wonders. Alch, bottom lane.
Well, they can get this time round. Dyrachyo going to turn towards Zai, but Surge at the ready. And no one else to back Dyrachyo up and control Zai's movements right now. So Zai perfectly fine. Boxy, he's looking to maybe cut off Celery returning to the lane. Won't quite get vision on him though, Celery.
Poor CM, you see the
dodge on the edge.
A little bit quicker now.
Yeah, Boxy, he knew Celery was coming, but Celery choosing the right path there through the jungle. Gets back to the lane safely.
We're starting to see this level 3 Shadow Strike adding up on the mid lane. Like you buy this Fuse raindrop, but it doesn't do much. It's the nature of the Shadow Strike, right? Every time you click one, you can kind of take half a raindrop away.
Bottom lane, dyrachyo.
Bottom tower is under
Get
attack.
caught by the hook and run down by the rod. Not quite enough to kill him. Vacuum, poor old Celery. Falling low, this time under the safety of the tier 2 tower. Try and turn towards Zai, but dyrachyo at this stage, Metamorphosis still on that long cooldown, so not quite able to fight back. And they've got to be careful. Boxy hooks back up. Anyone gets caught out of position on this bottom lane, it's almost certainly a kill.
Darkseer low on mana. I mean, this is one of those resource lanes where once the top lane.
So if we can get some action here, they're diving in for Ace. Concoction underneath the tower, they'll find another.
Oh my god.
They'll get Mickey knocked back under the tower, but he's got the stick charges at the ready. He'll manage to walk this one off. Liquid getting these kills, getting these stacks. Insane already up to a +4 here on the end with those couple of kills that he's been involved in up top, just 5 minutes in.
Well, 6-minute rune, I think it's going to be really important for both teams. If you manage to get the right rune on the right hero, we're talking about Scream of Pain, not Scream of Pain, what's it called? The Sonic Wave and Rolling Thunder.
Time for the setup there.
Ow.
Not quite able to work with the concoction as short as it was. Not quite long enough stun for Boxy to perfectly have that angle set up for his hook.
6-minute rune now. Both teams really want this one.
Seems he's going to be top or bottom.
Boxy is going to hook it for his mid lane. Does he have mana? He does. No.
He's going to walk in and try and take it. Not going to be able to stop Quinn from getting the pickup.
Oh, wow.
Quinn able to grab down the ball. It's an illusion rune.
Yeah, not the best rune, I would say, in this game for either team. It's a fun new patch, so once you see these runes spawn that you don't want with the first cycle, you know that the next ones have to spawn before another illusion rune can spawn. So that just means the 8-minute rune is even more valuable.
A lot of focus now being put around this mid. Boxy for the hook. He's going to be able to find onto Quinn. Quinn's hit the 6 though. Rolling Thunder already. In fact, Quinn is nearly able to turn it around. Goes towards Nisha. He's going to think about diving in for more. See if he can get the angle for another connection. He can. Swashbuckle comes through. It's not enough to kill Nisha off as Nisha will survive. He can turn and he can take down Quinn here with the backup of Insania and Boxy. As Quinn nearly able to find that opportunity to sort of seize a chance around his ultimate to turn things around. Not quite enough damage to kill Nisha off.
So close. That's the infused raindrop value right there. He would have died to the shield crash if it wasn't for him.
Is under attack.
Worthy investment. Celery trying to steal the rune, but a little too late. Instead, he tanks a lot from the creeps.
So if Zai can continue to chase, surges up. Celery.
Oh! He tried to block his path.
Celery's out of there at least. Zai won't be able to continue to chase. All this distraction sort of taking the focus away from dyrachyo's having a fine old time hitting the creeps. Lost Mickey with that Greenville's Breeze, still having a bit of an edge. Very likely this Alchemist will hit a solid timing on this Radiance.
Good lane.
That's where the focus continues to be here from Liquid. Boxy and Insania, they hang around this point of the map and make sure that Gaming Gladiators, they've got to really think twice about who they send over towards this mid lane. Liquid, they're just on the hunt for kills right now, and they're getting them. 7 for 2.
Boxy hitting a lot of these hooks. They're not set up, they're just, you know, skill hooks and prediction hooks. So if you won't need your Alchemist to set these things up for you, they don't really have like amazing setup. Of course, having a Shadow Strike Aghanim's Queen might set up a lot of easy hooks on slow heroes, but for now, it doesn't seem like it needs any of it.
They want to go and try and go for top. Okay, just pop the Chemical Rage. He's still got a bit of a decent duration on him. With this wall down, Liquid know what's coming over here. But Quinn, not going to be able to find anything with this movement.
Look at this new jungle. Well, it's, you have to go really deep if you want to get an angle on him.
Bottom lane. Pretty much all 3 lanes, not really feeling a safe part of the map for Gaming Gladiators.
Middle tower.
Even dyrachyo down here, close to his tower. He's got to be cautious because Zai, level 7 now on the Darkseer. The ult's ready, drops down the wall, gets the vacuum back. Boxy closing in onto dyrachyo. Deep is coming in. Will be able to turn the center. Pops the venom on. Ace, he's in and he's ready to save the day. Comes in with the 2-man RP. dyrachyo's still going to be careful of this illusion with the Iron Shell beating him down, and he kills it just in time. As dyrachyo will survive, Ace continues to chase down Zai, but the surge is back up. Zai's away. They keep dyrachyo safe. dyrachyo able to TP out as well just before Insania came looking for him down there. And Ace coming in clutch and keeping his TB alive.
Wow, that was really close. Very clutch by Ace. This is what we also saw in the last series for Gaming Gladiators. Ace joining the fight, helping his team out when they need him. He has this Vanguard very early, but I don't think it's going to save him.
And this time round, he's going to be heavily outnumbered. Liquid bringing in 4 heroes to take him down. As Insania and Boxy, they'll pick up another stack, +2 on the in, +1 on the fleshy. Another kill for Liquid.
Yeah, and this is when Darkseer also is the most happy. Mana boots, ring of health, level 7. You can't stop him anymore. He's always going to get network.
See again this TP in from Ace. On the replay, a fantastic turnaround. Dyrachyo so close to dying. I mean, we saw how low he got to the illusion. If there was one more sort of instance of damage coming in before, if Ace came a moment later, that last bit of damage would have been enough to kill him.
Oh, it's so close. Dota is such a tight game sometimes.
He's going to move on to top lane. There's a lot of heroes here, though. Insania, Boxy, they're ready to back up Mickey. They're going to need some further TP. The illusion will be able to block the hook, but Boxy is still closing in the gap. Ace, again, throwing his body in there just to keep safe, and now the numbers turn up again. Gladiator, Celery arrives, Frost there, Dyrachyo's able to step back up and claim a kill himself. As Ace, he's everywhere. Side lanes, Ace doing everything he can to rectify this early game for Gaming Gladiators. Another kill, Quinn in onto Insania. Now they're looking for Mickey. Mickey trying to get the concoction up, but the Rolling Thunder's already there from Quinn. He's going to be able to turn back around with the setup of the Frostbite of Celery and take out a double. As these movements now, Gaming Gladiators showing that they can stand up to the speed that Liquid's moving across the map themselves.
Ace is such a team player, man. Wow. He is so good to be where, you know, the action is going to be happening and where the team needs him. When taking the portal bottom, Sai, he might be in trouble. It's level 4 in power, so these heroes, they hurt a lot more than you're used to. Like Swashbuckle 2, if you're standing next to creeps, it's the explosive damage.
Boxy trying to get in range here, but the body blocks from the illusion set sent out from Dyrachyo means the Boxy won't manage to find that chance to go for things. Nisha starting to move away from this mid lane. See if we can get involved in action around this bottom half of the map. Top lane. I see them going underneath the tower here. Ace holding around with the RP. He'll wait for it so he can grab 2. Patient allows him to get Mickey and Zai, but not quite enough follow damage as Mickey's able to walk off with the Chemical Rage. Quinn, he'll be the focus for Nisha as the Sonic Wave comes in. Nisha able to take Quinn out.
Both teams responding all the time. Like the heroes are getting gone on, but people responding and kind of not letting the swarm or overrun happen. Yeah, high level stuff. Pudge still not level 6. Who got the Wisdom Rune actually for Dire team? Did you see it?
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
On the next one coming up in a couple of minutes if we get we start looking to contest them.
Still don't have 6 on either of the support on Liquid side, and it kind of matters for the next fight if you manage to pick it up or don't. Radiance finished, is it?
Top tower is under attack.
Yeah, Radiance is coming. I think the big timing for Queen of Pain this game is going to be the Aghanim's, is what we've seen in the last couple of Queen games, that this item is probably the best build on her right now. And once you get that Agh's AoE and teamfight potential just skyrockets.
We're already seeing sort of how many team fights we're getting in this first 12 minutes, and both teams turning up. And when you consider sort of like the carries that both squads have in this sort of match, when there's this amount of chaos, is there a certain lineup, certain cores that kind of revel more off the back of this? Like, who feels better with the start going as it has been so far?
So it's not the fastest Radiance that we've seen. It's not the fastest outgame that we've seen, but it's still very good. Obviously, TB was picked as a response to Alk, so it's still a good answer. It's still a good hero versus Alk, but it definitely comes online much later. Alk can have the chance to snowball. You get the Radiance, you get the Blink, you start playing with your team. TB, if he joins this fight, he might just melt to the Radiance burn and all the magic damage. Also talking about Darkseer here. Oh, the hook.
Near the angle, Ace, pretty beefy. They're going to need a +1. Nisha, he's here.
Just TP out.
They won't manage to quite take him down. Nisha holding back the Sonic Wave. He did the maths, knew it wouldn't have been enough to kill him anyway. Ace managing to escape. Got all these good stats. Treads, double Wraith Band, the Vanguard, and the Oblivion Staff. It's 2k HP to burst rate. It's not easy for Liquid's lineup, even with the 4 of them.
Universal hero, man. It's new Dota.
Let's see what they can get around. Gaming Gladiators coming off the back of a smoke setup. They can catch Boxy by surprise. The Global comes in from Insania. Boxy still finished off by the final blast of Tofu, though. Liquid, they'll try and turn, get the concoction down. Onto Quinn. Dragged back by Zai through the wall with the ball. Look at that. Back Quinn. He's ready to turn it around. He's got the Rolling Thunder if he wants to go in, but he holds off on it for now. Won't look to dive forward. Dyrachyo will step up, start to get some hits in onto the tower. Got a bit of space to push now, Gaming Gladiators, as they take down the 2 supports from Liquid. Nisha Surged up. Still a difficult jump for him to make over towards dyrachyo. Not wanting to fight really into the metamorphosis and the potential of a Sunder turnaround right now on the Terrorblade. Gotta respect dyrachyo.
I mean, definitely with that, I think Gaming Gladiators are quite happy with the start of the game and how the game is going. I think this Alchemist is not getting the freest game. He's not going to be able to rush the dagger and keep the snowball going. Even with that wall being on the Pango and Pango having the Diffu, you still see the swashbuckle. Like, this is why he was the most contested mid-hero last patch and why he's still good even after the nerfs. Yeah, especially with Mag. I mean, he wasn't empowered for that one, but this swashbuckle is going to keep getting stronger this game.
Just unfair.
To be very aware of where Quinn steps out, proudly showing himself on that bottom lane, knowing that Liquid will not want to come anywhere near the Pangolier right now.
I think what they're really hoping to get is this BKB on Alk, maybe finish the Greaves on the Darkseer. I also think it's a great Crimson game. Like, if you manage to get Crimson versus TP Pango, you're going to be able to potentially survive and do these turnarounds. There might be timings that could come also from the Pudge shard. I know we haven't seen a lot of the Pudge support. We saw it on save a bit, but now we're in the grand final. We have this Alchemist stun set up, but also we have the ability to kind of save people from RP. You don't have to hook them, you can also just eat them. And I think with the Queen buying this Aghanim's into Shivas, I think they can outscale them, like later on as well. Even though we're... I forgot to mention, Pango in power, but also with the Coddle Chakra. As I mentioned, mid lane.
I mean, another catch. Oh, Boxy! Dragging Nisha out of the way just in case there was going to be another spell thrown his distance. And I mean, another connection would have killed him. Boxy proving that, yeah, he can make the saves happen with the hook alone. This is pre, of course, getting the potential with the dismember. It looks like he'll die for his efforts. Does stick around in the mid lane. Gaming Gladiators, they're not happy with the fact that he pulled Nisha out to safety, so they'll push in, take him out. I'll see if they can try and catch anything else here. Mickey and Insania on the retreat. Quinn comes in with a swashbuckle, immediately wipes out half of Insania's HP. Pushing Liquid back. They'll be able to take control of this area for now. Farm up a quick double stack.
Yeah, this is not the normal game that we usually see from Liquid, especially in these Alchemist games. He usually has a really good start and is able to kind of connect into these fights, but he can't in this game. They're too far behind. And
tower is under attack.
I gotta say, this Ace Magnus is also... it's looking so good.
It really is. You know, these first few moves, I mean, kind of 2 times in which he saves and bails dyrachyo out of these situations where he could be falling in it. It's proving to really work out. You look at the 3 cores of Gaming Gladiators, all fantastic farm right now. At 9-9, 17 minutes in, the team that doesn't have the Alchemist carry, they're 2k ahead in goal. So Gaming Gladiators are going to be feeling pretty happy about this one. And as you say, you know, Mickey, even though he's ahead, he's just not as ahead as they usually are when they get this out first pick, Liquid.
I'm curious what's going on in Gaming Gladiator's head. Like, you keep getting this engagement, it keeps going well for you. Yep. I think part of it is you don't have the BKB on the Alk, you don't have the Greaves, the Crimson, and maybe more of the tankability items built on Liquid yet. There's also Roche spawning in 3 minutes. I wonder if they're trying to set up for the Roche, or if they're really just focused on, you know, keeping up the pressure. Let's fight now, let's not give them anything. BKB is finished, so if Liquid choose to fight back, I think they have a pretty good timing to do it.
Top tower is under attack.
One thing they've got to watch out for is, this new pickup from Ace. He has his Blink Dagger done.
Ooh.
So they've got that solid jump. Of course, ways to respond, whether it be the global coming out to put a stop to any follow-up. As we have seen, you know, he can be very quick with the global Insania, so I'm sure he'll be prepared. But any situation he gets jumped on as well, it's going to be tough for Liquid to deal with at this point of the game, with how early Gaming Gladiators are getting this team fight, this jump online.
See, I think Liquid want this fight. I think they're ready for it. It's going to be global as well.
Ace, he's going to try and go for Foxy. Very, very quick there with a hook. He's able to sort of drag Ace away from the rest of the fight. Ace is going to try and go for the TP out, but the vacuum's there from Zai. Ace, he's falling low. They'll take him out. He doesn't get a chance to get the RP off. Ace is gone, and with that, Gaming Gladiators, they have to run. Mickey charging in there with a chemical rage of the BKB, sending him to juke him out, hiding in the trees. The concoction. It's only going to end up stunning Mickey. And Boxy, another hook, drags Mickey back to safety, sides with the surge. Mickey's able to back off. See if Gaming Gladiators can push back in on this. They're attempting to chase down Insania. The second swashbuckle will not connect. Insania is out of there. I mean, what a way to start the fight. I could only imagine, I think, as cool as it looked, Boxy is probably just trying to go on the save for Zai, but he gets something bigger. Gets Ace jumping in. And the fact that they catch the Magnus at the back of that sort of first Blink Dagger reveal, that's huge. That puts that whole fight attempt to a stop from Gaming Gladiators.
And it's also why Silencer is such a good hero. I mean, the hook is on point, but the global follow-up just makes it feel so awkward for Ace.
Yeah, let's check this out again.
Yeah, going for the save hook. Instead, he gets something.
He gets something better.
Oh my god.
I mean, that certainly did not go to plan there for Gaming Gladiators. Probably one of the things they didn't anticipate. Ace actually being the one to get hooked at the start, and sort of immediately after he blinked in. It's exactly what Liquid needed. They, if they sort of get hit hard by that fight, this game gets into already kind of dodgy territory for them.
I have a feeling that Gaming Gladiators, for future fights, they're really hoping to use this Pangolier more. It's why it's one of the good heroes. You have Ember Spirit, he can jump in. If you give him an Aegis, you know, he can really disrupt the fight. But it feels like this hero is meant to be played as a fight starter through the role. You get vision, you mess up the formation, and in that fight he had the shield rune as well, so there's no way for them to really go on him.
One in, nice. Going for the RP setup. Rolling Thunder will be there to connect afterwards. They've got a good angle by the tree. Skewer back into the Frostbite. More than enough lockdown to take Nisha out.
And now it's Radiant Daytime. Scotty finished on TB. I think it could be Roche that they're looking for. And I wonder if Liquid... I wonder if it's a sane response from Liquid to try and fight it, if Gaming Gladiators take control of it. I think it's hard, but it also feels like it's something that they have to do. But let's see. Bad things could happen before. Quinn in vision.
They're looking for the kill. They've got eyes on him. Mickey, he's in with a jump straight on top of him. Kurt's going to get laid down. Boxy's able to walk in with a dismember. Not a chance for Quinn. There's no saving the Pango this time.
Yeah, it's 40 seconds. Liquid can keep this going. They can keep killing them. Top lane
is under attack.
Side just looking to defend. Senia, no wards on him. This is when you really want to have the wards, because in the next 5 minutes, I think Roche will die to either team. We got being built here. We almost have Mech Pipe on the Coddle. Magnus is actually going for Harpoon.
Radiant's middle tower is under
we
attack.
saw, I believe, especially in that Talon series we had earlier this tournament, indeed, the sort of the Harpoon into the Skewer potential, it can be pretty huge.
I'm also quite curious as to dyrachyo's build. I feel like versus this Pudge and versus this Silencer, Manta has super value, but he is opting for Hurricane Pike first. He has they definitely have the potential to burst him. Like if Pango or Mag doesn't save him through stuns or spells, I'm pretty sure it's a straightforward kill. You know, you drop everything, you hook, Alchemist stun, darks your wall, and other spells. Very likely to die in one go, but the Manta has like a layer of killing him through the Sunder.
We'll have some protection, at least in the form of the Glimmer Cape, which will be out here for the next fight. Celery has now got that done, so something at least to try out.
Glimmer Pipe, that's going to reduce a lot of damage this game. Yes.
I mean, that's a huge amount of damage that they're able to block, especially kind of from a Dark Seer, this Pudge, this Silencer. So would almost certainly give dyrachyo a chance to get these Sunders off.
Something that always will win the fights is 2 to 3 man RPs with this Pango in power and Aghanim's roll. It's so much with the splash and everything. Mid lane, it's going to be RP'd again.
Yeah, no hesitation. They're happy to drop it here for Nisha, but Boxy's in the angle here with a hook. The Harpoon! Doesn't matter. Blinks up from Nisha. Nisha's perfectly fine. One team revealing with the RP, the other responding with the global silence. Midgate's thinking about running in on this one. They're locked on to jumping back. Quinn also going to get hooked over. They're taking the fight quite close and quite deep onto Liquid's half of the map, pretty much reaching up towards the base side. Devastating gets a 2-man vacuum. Midgate puts the BKB. They're still on top of the dyrachyo. The concussion thrown out. Can they burst him? Soyboy's coming in for the heal. They've got the catch. They've taken him down. They kill off dyrachyo. Boxy's able to live. Quinn has to TP out. Nisha, he may be ready to set up for more. They'll look towards Celery. Concoction's going to be thrown all the way over elsewhere as it follows the TPing out heroes. Hook. Not going to hit this one, Boxy, but it doesn't matter. He already hit the one that counted, setting up and making sure that they could continue to keep dyrachyo locked down, killing this Terrorblade pretty much in the midst of this fight. And Gaming Gladiators, they could not bail dyrachyo out of that one, no tell.
It was so close. That was so close. Like, it was close to him getting the Sunder off. It was close to also being an absolute disaster for Gaming Gladiators. Quinn manages to get the TP out just before the Alchemist stun connects. Really well read by Liquid. I mean, Zai coming in from the side, getting a really nice vacuum wall.
I mean, we'll see again. So, you know, the hooks from Boxy again. The first one sort of disrupting the angle that Quinn was wanting to go for as he focused Insania. And then the second one here, making sure that even though dyrachyo is starting to get away, gets dragged back into the dismember, locking him down, and not leaving any chance for him to turn and sunder.
And that changes dyrachyo's mind. No more Hurricane Pike, but instead he goes for the BKB. Once he finishes that, I mean, especially with the Glimmer and the Pipe, you'd like to think that he'll survive the magic and probably be able to get a decent Sunder off. But before that, you're gonna have 1 or 2 items on Mika for the next fight. Roshan did not die during daytime, so I stand corrected. So it's gonna go back to dire side in a minute, less than a minute.
He's gonna get got pretty easily there by Quinn. Of course, you know, still to remember, he's pointing out that this Pango will destroy the squishy heroes.
Shard picked up for Quinn, also very big for him. Now you can kind of tank
Radiant's
the
middle tower is under attack.
Unless a global or silence connects right away, you're most likely able to get your ulti off.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Thinking about pushing on a bit here, or at least going for a jump beyond the tower if they're seeing an appealing target. Zai will hover around for now. Don't have the full lineup here, Gaming Gladiators. They won't commit completely for the push. They're actually definitely going to be focused on getting that next time that BKB finished before joining the fight. When time, quick with the blink. Now further TP's coming in. Liquid wanting to set up here around this tier 2 to make sure the Gaming Gladiators don't manage to push on for anything. I mean, can Gaming Gladiators go for Roche? I mean, both of these teams, are you sort of needing to find a fight first? You know, who feels more confident walking into the pit, knowing that the other 5 are still alive?
And what we talked about the other day with the buybacks and the outposts, I feel there should be a timing for the team that controls the outpost where the Roche is at, that allows them to approach the whole Roche, but also the fight in a way where you can start it, and if they come, you accept the fight, and whoever has buyback is going to open up the fight. It could be Sanser, it could be Pudge, it could even be one of the cores. And yeah, you accept that I'll most likely die, but for the greater good. Instead, Gladiators seem to just be taking it.
They're going to go straight in.
I think that they'll be late. They'll be way late.
Liquid, you can tell that they've figured something out. They're teeping over and smoking up, but they're taking this down pretty quickly, Gaming Gladiators.
Radiant's bottom tower
As Liquid looking unlikely to close this gap. Gaming Gladiators, they'll get this Roche for free, take the Aegis on Quinn, and they're more than happy to go for some action. Liquid's got to be careful. Gaming Gladiators, they're ready to fight. They've Aegis on Quinn. BKB dyrachyo, they're strong. Liquid, they're going to try and fight them. BKB gonna get in with the vacuum. That's done. 4 from Mickey. Not enough to immediately kill off any cause. They take Tofu down. See if they can get anything bigger than they try and chase for Quinn. Quinn turns into the spot. Play the illusion. It's being Quinn down. And that pop the old box with a hook. Make it back to get him away from this BK. He met up more for side. Terrorblade. Liquid, they'll be able to retreat. A good opening into the fight there. Only results in the 1 kill, but doesn't cost Liquid any casualties themselves. They kill off Tofu, they get out. But definitely a sign of potentially things to come there. They can continue to hit these sort of 4-man vacuums into concoctions. Yeah, Gladiators, they've got to be careful.
I mean, if you get 4-man concoctions, I don't see anyone. That was really impressive, but only Netsuyo. I thought it was going to be, you know, an absolute disaster. On the bright side, you get the BKB expended. Aegis is delayed for a minute more.
We'll see it again. I mean, a glorious display from Liquid here with this jump. The 4-man vacuum in a concoction, and as it was, even with the global coming out, they're able to bail out there. Celery gets away with the glimmer. I believe sort of pipe mech were popped on the way out as well. If
that global doesn't hit before the mag blink RP, I also think they turned really hard on Gaming Gladiator. Like that would have been a Dark Sin and out dead.
Absolutely, yeah. That is the one thing, you know, both teams. They've both got the wombo combo, whether it's the mag or the dark seer. Even if you're not the team jumping first, you've got to be so prepared for the follow-up coming in return.
It really feels like they're running into this damage issue now on Liquid, that they can't burst and they are going to lose the long fight. The potential that comes out from this Pango mag TB is much higher than anything Liquid can produce. I think we have to look to this Queen of Pain for more scalability, more late game. I think she has to do some work. She's looking to get Octarine. I think once you get this Octarine Shiva, you become a different hero. Oh, I mean, and now you have a DD Arcane Rune as well. That should help.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, it's either
Dire's top
you get these 4-man vacuum Alch stuns and then some Queen of Pain AoE, It's either that or you manage to isolate heroes with stuns, hooks, Link Alch, and yeah, you pick them apart one by one. But in a straight 5v5, I think Gaming Gladiators just has a lot more firepower right now.
You certainly feel it with the way that they're moving. Straight down to the bottom lane. They're ready to continue to push for these objectives around the remainder of this Aegis time. He's still 2.5 minutes to play with for Quinn.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Dyrachyo looking for an angle.
Dire's bottom
Get a free
tower
Risten
has
rune if he
fallen.
looks up a bit.
Oh, he will actually. Might have been able to get that 28
That
minute one yet.
level 3 Sunder now. Nice.
That is a nice one.
I am the carry. I take everything. Wonderful.
Oh, the shot. They want to fight this. There's the jump here from Quinn. He'll start things off. The global comes out just in time to stop Ace from being able to get the blink skewer off onto Nisha. Nisha able to blink away. Quinn's going to chase on forward, stands his ground on top of Timber with the buffs coming out. Nisha's perfectly fine, and Mickey, he's considering getting in on this. He's cooking up the concoction, jumps in. They're going to go towards Quinn. Quinn, he's up to the high ground this time. A two-man vacuum. The Sonic Wave not actually catching either of them, I don't think. There's Quinn and Celery are able to split. Mickey, he's got to find his target. He'll look over towards Ace. Ace gets the controller to say, there's the RP as well from Ace, locking down both Insane and Mickey, and the two of them will fall. Ace securing the team fight here for Gaming Gladiators as they can try and push for more. dyrachyo, Hurricane piking aggressively in, looking up to the high ground. Quinn, he's diving up towards the tier 3, he's trying for more. He's got to be careful himself, starting to fall low, still has the safety of the Aegis. Gaming Gladiators, they'll settle for the tower on top of the 2 quick kills they got there.
And you see the power of the roll-in, even though it looks so awkward. Quinn almost dying to the Axe Queen of Pain. Didn't think of it. Is he gonna... It's gonna... Yeah, wow, what? Did you see that? It deals damage through his shield crash. The roll-up.
Oh, through the roll-up, yeah, I mean, it was, yeah, just with the 50% right.
It's a 50%.
You just get the 50%.
It was much more than that. Oh, he has a talent, right? On the... No, that's level 20, so he's not level 20 yet. That just looked like so much damage. Way more than it should. Okay. What an item. Killing people in the backline because they also...
I mean, yeah, if Quinn didn't go for the roller there, the full damage might have actually ended him.
Yeah.
Quinn having to keep his cool, get out alive.
That's probably going to take a while. I think he hit like 3 people standing around the TV before. Nobody was paying attention.
I mean, so the overall fight, sort of what you said Liquid had to watch out for. You know, this sort of whole move where Liquid going with his vacuum, and then suddenly Ace, they're kind of focused around this Magnus. He gets off a good RP.
Yeah, decent. I don't even think it has to be great at this point. There's so much firepower mid lane.
They're leading on to dyrachyo. It's a hard kill. He's got both the BKB and the Manta to play with. He'll step back. The Frostbite onto mid-K, but they won't want to push into this one, Gaming Gladiators. They can sense that Liquid's fully set up themselves to fight this. Gaming Gladiators don't want to give it to them.
Ace playing so well, though, this game.
We'll see where he goes next with his build. 2,300 gold on him right now. I mean, anything that you feel would really add to the way that Ace is playing these fights?
I mean, with the Harpoon build, I want to say the Refresher eventually. I wonder if you're looking at something that helps enable RP more, like it could be the Evelynn, Octarine. Could potentially buy some type of team item, like a Lotus or Linken's, but it makes no sense this game. So I imagine he's going to keep building on the RP and his own tech ability.
Yeah, he's doing exactly that. Yeah, wants to make sure he can get that set up, get that surprise jump.
I mean, at this point, I think all you need is decent RPs. Like even solo RPs on the Queen or the Alch, if it leads into guaranteed kill, is more than enough to set you up for success. I still think Liquid, they need to somehow approach this differently and play more on people being alone. Top lane.
They're going to try and go for Quinn. Zai dropping the wall for this, but Quinn's already out with the Rolling Thunder. And backup's in. Ace not going to be able to get the skewer off this time onto Boxy. Boxy will be saved. So yeah, Liquid, they've got to find something. You know, they're going to sense that dyrachyo, he's keeping up in farm, of course. You know, with a little thanks here to the Empower. You know, keeping on par with the farm that Mickey's getting on an Alchemist. You know, this Terrorblade is massive, and the 8K lead, Gaming Gladiators, they feel great right now.
Yeah, they feel really good. I mean, they're in full control. It feels like if the fights break out and it's even, it's very hard for Liquid to take it. But if they somehow get this hook with this Alch stun on the backline, I can see how, even through a longer fight, if they're fighting 5v4, they could wipe them. But it's getting hard. It's getting really hard. Top lane.
They're going to try and push the base. See what sort of reaction they get from Liquid. Liquid's going to have to do something. They'll pop the fortifications to start things off. Smoke up from the back lines of Gaming Gladiators. They're ready with the counter initiation.
If you're sure you're going to
start the fight. Ace, he's going to get in with the grab. He grabs the Savior. Silence is dragged back straight into the middle of the team. He's out for 40. There's no go local Silence they have to worry about now.
It looks so much better than the old coin toss, huh? Agan himself to Horn Toss or Harpoon. I think you always go for the Harpoon. That looks so nice, so smooth.
He's pulling it off very, very smoothly. And now, yes, a good window to hit onto the barracks hit. Zai trying to mess around with dyrachyo. Hooks are going to be attempted, but it ends up being aced against the bigger grab. Boxy tries to set up for the angle, but puts himself in the line of fire, and now the buybacks have to come out. Boxy, the buyback for this one. See if he can get another hook opportunity. He can't. dyrachyo just out of reach. These Gaming Gladiators, they'll happily push this out of Liquid, slowly getting that way. He tries again with another grab, this time won't be successful. Nisha, not to be caught by the Harpoon skewer. And Liquid, they're going to try and go for this. Not quite getting the hook. Nisha, trying to lay down the Shadow Strikes, but they're out with the Invis. Glimmer Capes out from Celery, he won't get caught.
This is bringing me back to some good old TI-10 with Team Spirit Collapse. This Harpoon feels so good on Magnus. It looks so smooth.
Got to be so careful.
Got the skewer talent as well now, so...
It's almost impossible really for Boxy to try and line up hooks himself. As soon as that hook comes flying, Ace is just going to be immediately on top of him and dragging him into the center of the fight.
Yeah, he got a more reliable hook, might say.
See Boxy.
Mid lane.
Grab that DD rune. So Mickey does have a DD to play around with. Does feel like Liquid, they'll probably want to try and find some sort of fight, because every moment that passes, Gaming Gladiators, they're just getting so much more out of the map. dyrachyo now taking the lead in farm against Mickey's Alchemist. This Terrorblade is going to be a huge problem. We've seen time and time again how solidly dyrachyo closes games up on his TB.
Are scanning.
An unsung hero, Celery. What's he going for next? So we got the Boots of Bearing. It really helps with all the team fights. I think it's a core item to also have when you have certain carries. It definitely is one of the best ways to boost TB. You just give him any type of movement speed, attack speed. Go wrong. Satanic finish as well on dyrachyo. I don't know how you kill this guy. Paladin sword.
Not only is he huge, but there's so many ways to bail him out, so many ways to save him. Everything coming together once again for Gaming Gladiator with regards to their iron builds. These fights, for Liquid to come out on top, they're going to have to find something remarkable. It was a dangerous part of the map. Fight around, but of course this is the buyback area. Liquid only have one buyback available though. Quinn is going to start things off. He's in with the Rolling Thunder, gives good information for the rest of Gaming Gladiators in regards to Liquid's whereabouts. Ace skewers in to close the gap, but the Global comes out. Mickey turns with the BKB and with the bashes as well, focusing down the Magnus. They're trying to kill Ace, but they can't. The RP comes up onto the two of them. Boxy will manage to lock Ace down with the dismember, but then Crystal made an ult for Celery coming out, bringing Mickey down low. dyrachyo beats him with the BKB in the Metamorphosis. They'll get Mickey, they'll get Boxy. They just cannot take the fights right now, Liquid.
Nope. It's looking rough. It is looking very rough. Quinn is so strong. This Pangolier, it's such a headache. Like, once he rolls in, you don't have an answer for it. You don't have any way to stop him. You don't have any way to threaten the kill. You need a range carry or rupture or, I don't know, something third. But they're stuck with these melee heroes. Mag and Pangolier are both really good heroes versus Darkseer for the same reason. Usually it's a very melee-oriented fight. It's about people staying on top of other people, but the roll is such a counter to it. Yeah, I think in every fight Quinn rolls in, Liquid just doesn't have an answer, and it makes the fight really easy for the rest of the Gaming Gladiator heroes.
We'll see again. I mean, as soon as he sort of heads in first, Quinn, you can tell that Liquid, they're struggling to realize or figure out what to do when they get jumped like this. You know, Mickey's spending most of his time trying to kill off Ace. It's just not happening right now. Ace is too tanky to take down, and Mickey, as this Alchemist, he's starting to fall behind. He just doesn't have the lead this game that he needs to be able to carry. It's getting into almost impossible territory now for Liquid. They're 17k down. Gaming Gladiators with the Aegis and Cheese. As I said before, Liquid, they need to do something insane to turn this one.
Without consequence.
I'm looking at this Queen of Pain. I'm looking at you, Nisha. You're gonna have to put in the legwork. If you get the shard and you get Shivas, somehow you manage to win one fight and you get like a 10k gold swing. I think Liquid might hit some really cool timings. But yeah, it's now or never. I think GG is looking to take all three sides.
I think so.
If nothing else stops them.
They're going to feel pretty strong off the back of this push. Metamorphosis up in a second. RP's back up in 5.
I'm looking at the Ace. I think my only question is he going to let anyone show? So Nisha got away with one there. Other than that, you could always get jumped.
dyrachyo's kind of deep, but Ace is going to be able to skewer Boxy out of the base. Get rid of the Pudge. And that top rack's not going to stand a chance at all. Gaming Gladiators to clean up the first set.
Can be expended. This TB hits for 400 per hit. No crit. No combo.
Mid wave's coming in. So Gaming Gladiators, they can stick around. 30 seconds without Boxy. Liquid have barely been able to push them back as a 5-man. Now just down to 4. What can they do? Nisha's going to get caught. Ace! He's in with a skewer back. The Global Silence comes out in return from Insania. Gives Nisha the safety to blink away, but dyrachyo, he's still able to get the reach in here with the range of the Metamorphosis. Nisha's out. Buys back immediately. It's Gaming Gladiators, they're on the second set of racks. The fortification comes out. Boxy's going to be back up in 5.
Uh-oh. Another one.
Oh. Nearly catches Mickey there. Mickey, lucky to be as quick as he was there with the blink reaction. Nearly gets caught by a skewer.
You see that?
Boxy's going to try for the hook, but there's going to be a creep wave right in front of him. He's not going to get it.
Dire's middle barracks.
The racks, they're getting taken out. The range racks is gone. Boxy will get the dismember on Mickey as well. The Mickey being chemical rage. This time it's enough to take Ace down the 3-man Magnum. They get the stop follow Liquid. They're taking down a third. They can even maybe look for more. Quid. He's going to try and go for the TP out. They got any way to stop this. They do.
He died in base.
Oh, he died in base. What? He should spawn in base as well the second time. Yeah, Quid. Oh my goodness, they nearly got him as well. Well, that was certainly something there. Liquid will manage to push back Gaming Gladiators because they had to expend the buyback from Nisha.
What a sequence of events. So they needed more things. They needed the chain stun on the Magnus. They needed the Pudge hook to hit, and then they needed the 3-man vacuum into the Alex stun. That's how Liquid are going to come back.
Yeah, I think that the big sort of change around this time was the fact that when they did get that grab on Ace, they could get him. Jumps in, immediately gets clipped by the stun.
Doesn't
they
get
kill off the Magnus. And then Zai.
Wow.
Again, hitting these combos, vacuum, concoction. It's given a little bit of a hope here for Liquid.
And then it could have been even better, but...
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Some frustrations here from Gaming Gladiators by the looks of it.
Yeah, I mean,
they expected to be able to close this one up quite easy, but yeah, Liquid not going out without a fight here in this game 1.
No, don't count them out yet. I mean, I was about to, but after seeing that, I still think they need to pull off the same type of magic. They somehow need to kill a guy for free. I think it's really hard. I think it's up to Gaming Gladiators to kind of mess it up in one way or another, or put yourself in a situation where you don't get the BKB off. Yeah, I mean, you see Liquid, they're pulling off, they just pulled off the impossible. I don't think that fight was realistic whatsoever. Roche can spawn in 4 minutes, quite a while. I think Gaming Gladiators have no reason to really let go of the pressure. But after that fight, you might feel like you want to wait for your next items. You have a lot of gold saved up as well on some heroes. Quinn, looking at the overwhelming blink. Ace, he finished his whole Octarine. That is quite big as well.
Of course, Zai.
Ladle is finished.
He's now got his axe, so he'll be able to use the power of some of Gaming Gladiators' heroes against him if he gets him with that normal punch.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of the best items you can pick up versus these illusion heroes.
See if he's able to find the chance to get in and do it. I mean, so far, a couple of times, Zai, he's been in there with the setup of this sort of 3-man, 4-man vacuums. Find these opportunities, so we can follow that up with a good punch. And Mickey being in position to get him the concoction, which he'll be able to even easily do now with the full upgraded blink dagger. Another extra boost of movement speed after he jumps forward, so a high chance he's there with the follow-up. Gaming Gladiators, they've got to be so careful of this combo that could hit them.
Something worth mentioning, I think it's kind of interesting that you have this pipe that it's also finished on the Coddle, but then you have AC on the Alchemist and Radiance, and you're getting these if you manage to get the Reflection. You're also getting the Greaves buff from the Dark Suit that you don't have on your own team, with the Greaves aura. So you're kind of getting 3 auras for free if you manage to get the Reflection off and Alch doesn't BKB it or somehow purge it.
Look at this as well, Liquid there, heading out the base with this smoke. Is this something the Gaming Gladiators will expect, or do you think they would assume that Liquid's in the base?
I think they're expecting something.
Okay.
They're feeling it.
Quinn's popping the Rolling Thunder. Alicia, he's going to get hooked back to safety by Boxy. Gaming Gladiators, they'll turn straight towards them, but in fact, Liquid, they're going to walk right in on this Ace. In with the 2-man RP, Quinn, falling over the Rolling Thunder, they've been able to cut down Insane. Immediate buyback in for the Silencer Celery. He'll fall as Mickey, Nisha, and Boxy focus him down. Both teams coming in with the support buybacks, but Liquid, they've lost Zai, and he's got no buyback to play with. Mickey attempting to stay on top of dyrachyo. Nisha, he's out with the blink just in time. Dyrachyo turn for Boxy. Boxy, he's in with the glimpse. Laid down by Tofu, and Boxy will fall. Mickey surrounded and controlled here as it's going to be 3 out on Liquid. dyrachyo, just a bit too far. They couldn't kill this Terrorblade. He can stand his ground, and now they can get that push going down on this bottom lane and look to get back on track to taking these barracks away from Liquid.
Good fight, good fight. I like what Liquid did, but...
I say now, few hits and he's gone.
Dire's
Goes to the dieback, he's out for 70.
dyrachyo also staying very cool, calm and collected. I think he is well aware of the dyrachyo wall replica. Whenever replica happens of himself in meta form, I think he calls it. I think they're aware. I think he tries to kill it off if he gets a chance to. Ooh, Boxy.
We've seen it yet, dyrachyo. He's only getting caught the once this game. Another solid showing on his Terrorblade. They clean up the base. Mickey, he's out of buyback. He doesn't have the gold. 1,200 short here on the Alchemist. Gaming Gladiators, they could certainly look to push for more. Zai will be back up in a few seconds, but Liquid, they're going to have to try and hold 3 versus 4. Nisha trying his best to push back dyrachyo. And this will be popped. Zai's in with a 3-man. Nisha follows up with the Sonic Wave. Boxy in as well. They'll get the dismember off onto dyrachyo, but the heals are there. The glimmer, the rollers thrown down the way dyrachyo. He's perfectly fine, and he's ready to fight back. Turns around, stands his ground, pops the Titanic, heals up pretty much to full. Zai caught out now, slowed down by the controller Tofu. He's out for good, no buyback on him. dyrachyo ready to push for more around the safety of his BKB as he kills off Boxy. Nisha, the last one left alive here on this defense. 8 seconds, and Insania and McKay will be back up. But the Mega Creeps are going to start pushing in. The tier 4s of Liquid starting to fall. See how much response Gladiators gives to the 3 of Liquid. They will hold back, they'll back off. The Liquid, they get a bit of breathing room, but it's a bit of a fake back. You can see Gaming Gladiators, they're more than happy to jump back in. G's still available on Quid. He's in, gets the grab onto Mickey. The Global Silence comes out, but the Rolling Thunder's there. The aggressive Sunder from dyrachyo, bringing Mickey down like Mickey. Turns with the bash on towards dyrachyo, puts the BKB in the game away to the bash, comes in the concoction town. And Mickey, caught by the frostbite, finished off by Quid. He's out for good. Nisha blinks back, but it's over. GG is called. Gaming Gladiators will close up this game 1.
Impressive. Impressive.
There was a bit of a chance, that one sort of shot from Liquid where they tried to hit back, but it did almost feel inevitable right now, Tal. Anytime you're sort of playing